Hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We are back again. It is that time of the night where we have to talk about the case. You've been waiting on us, sorry. It does happen, guys, that you have to wait for a bit longer sometimes. Yes, but we're here. Rest assured, we will be here when it's necessary.
Yes,
for
when
us
it's
to be here.
necessary, we will show up most definitely because kuning
Kuning, Emil.
every day I feel like watching those proceedings. I'm fighting for my dear life.
Okay?
I'm holding on for dear life. I'm like, yo, don't lose interest. Don't lose interest. Don't lose interest. This is interesting. This is about to get interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So very, very frustrating. And what did you think of the judge towards the end there, Nongumalo? I felt like he was angry or feeling frustrated.
He was.
Because I was like, why are you so mad?
He was, in my opinion. He was angry and frustrated because what kind of a judge would say, I see it in front of everyone. I see the evidence that you're showing. I see the marks.
Why though?
Who does that?
And I'm like, but they are saying they don't see them. And at this point, it's only him and Mangena that can see those marks.
Yes. Even if he sees them, he's not supposed to say it. Even if he sees them, he's not supposed to say, yeah, I see them. You know, he's not supposed to do that. You know, it just doesn't make sense, man, how we're rolling these days.
And then when Mnisi got up and said, you know what, I would like to see what is happening there as well. He got so upset. He got so upset. And he was like, you know, we've already been through this before. It's the same thing. And I'm like, how? Judge, kanti kwenzakalani? Kwenzakalani ngojudge wethu ngampela?
He's just not okay, in my opinion. He's a mess, man. Man is a mess.
And then he called for those ballistics people that
they will
confirmed.
come. I told you guys.
And then I remember, I'm like, Mr. Lorema, he actually did say this. That
now it's going to make it about the number issue.
Because 4 of them agree with Mangena, so they are going to come there and say they are seeing the invincible striations.
The invisible one, yes.
Yeah, they're going to say, and we can see them, we can see them, we can see them. Even though Mr. Pieterse and everyone else who is for the defense cannot see them. As long as the judge and those 4 people can see them.
It's making it a number issue.
To see, like, guys, I'm so scared. Have you ever felt like if this case was never broadcast, it would be chai? Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever felt like, yay, if it wasn't for the SABC cameras in there, hi,
yeah, that was going to happen, and it is happening in front of that SABC or whatsoever.
I'm so scared, you guys. I'm so scared.
It is happening, and it's not even funny. It worries everyone. It would worry me. It would worry everyone. But there's nothing we can do.
My anxiety levels are so high. But then I guess everything will be fine. Let's just hang in there, you guys. Let's just hang in there. Nakitsusaki just this judge is scaring me. I'm like, well, Mnisi said that Mgomezulu requested him to stand in for him this morning or yesterday morning. Mgomezulu didn't make it to court, and he further told the court that Legal Aid Board has informed them that their ballistics expert, Mr. Dave Pieterse's assistance will only be limited to accused number 3, Tobisi Ngube, to the exclusion of all the other accused. So his presence at the court and when they expect witness of the state that are going to be called or that have been called by the state, he can only be there when they are cross-examined on behalf of accused number 3 Kuphela, to the exclusion of all the other accused. So, but they also, I remembered and recalled that konje these people, this possession of illegal firearm and ammunition is for all 5 of them. So how is this supposed to work now? Because it's not just for accused number 3, you understand?
Yeah.
It's for all the accused from the charge sheet. Because even Mnisi was saying that it's common cause. And he also said that they're also indicating that in the event that they're going to be or going to have an expert witness that the state is going to call in relation to the ballistic evidence, they will not cover his presence in court. In other words, whoever is going to cross-examine those other witnesses that are not going to be called by the state, they will not finance that process. So Mnisi said that they are in a bit of a catch-22 situation, because having regard to the allegation in the indictment where common purpose is alleged, Mnisi requested the court to give them an opportunity to approach them in order to clarify certain issues in this regard, because that would mean that the presence of Mr. Pieterse when Mr. Ramosipili was cross-examining Col Mangena, that will not be covered. And those are the dynamics that need to be ironed out as to who is going to foot that bill. He requested that they be afforded the opportunity to approach them and clarify these issues and further other issues that might be raised thereafter. So the judge asked if the communication was through the letter, and Mnisi said that it was through an email that he even read in court. So the other accused will have to foot the bill from their own pockets if it happens that legal aid does not want to cover it. There was an email from Ms. Favlia Isola. Remember that lady who was testifying for legal aid that other time when they were making arrangements for the payment, financial instructions to the ballistic expert. She was there. She made an appearance in court to explain how the process was supposed to happen. And even the judge is actually the one who summoned legal aid on that day specifically, because he wanted the ballistic evidence to be done. You know, he was in a hurry, and now we are here. So the state, they said that in the email, that email stated that Mr. Pieterse quoted legal aid Pretoria office based on the information received from Mr. Mnisi, and it said, please note that Mr. Pieterse's attendance is limited to cross-examination of the state ballistic witness by Advocate Mnisi only, and his evidence in chief and cross-examination by the state. So unfortunately, we cannot consider that Mr. Pieterse be present during the evidence of the alleged additional ballistic witness, and Mr. Pieterse will only be paid as per purchase order issued and no other additional time, and they cannot give the assurance requested. So the judge asked what was the assurance which was requested, and Mnisi said that when Mr. Pieterse quoted them, it was on the assumption that cross-examination of Col Mangena was going to take up to 3 days, but it has exceeded those days. So he then penned an email to them requesting a clarification on what should be the way forward, and that was their response. He has been there for 6 days, Mr. Pieterse. So he has been there for 6 days. Mr. Mnisi was not sure whether that cross-examination that was done by Mngomezulu and Ramosipili and himself, well, he is included, but now it's Mano's turn. He wasn't sure whether that was going to be covered. So legal aid, it looks like they didn't want to pay Mr. Pieterse for the work that he is doing in assisting the whole of the defense. They are limiting him to only Mr. Mnisi. Some people are saying that this makes sense. Do you think it makes sense?
Who said it makes sense?
There are critics on social media that are saying it makes sense because the gun only implicates accused number 3. Then it means those other ones are not necessary.
What happens to common cause?
I don't know.
What happens to common cause? Because this is basically an issue of a common common cause. I mean, all of them. One of them messes up, they are all going to jail.
You
Right?
think?
Yeah.
But they did say it's common cause. Manje ngiyaqageka ukuthi hayibo. Guys, didn't they say that all of them are charged basically with possession of illegal firearm and illegal ammunition? So they can't defend themselves in when it comes to ballistics.
No, that's what they are saying. What I see, it's issue of power. And you know, there's connection to all these things, in my opinion. You know, I feel like one is connected to the other. I mean, there's no way. That's why we always say that being represented by a legal aid lawyer is the same as being represented by the state itself that is persecuting you. You know, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, we are seeing that now. Maybe other people did not believe that part when you said, in my opinion, legal aid states, to me, it implies one thing. Can have different names, can fool me, you can fool others, but you cannot fool me into believing that it is something different, you know?
And it's quite strange that now it's heating up. When it
heats up, then there's legal aid issue, there's messages that were sent to accused number one as to say they are disappointed and whatnot. And the very same people that accused number one has lifted the burden on them. I mean, accused number one to fight by taking Ngomezulu on the other side. It just worries me how they are operating. It just worries me how at the right time, at a convenient time, they always find a way of distracting the rhythm of the case. In my opinion, it seems as if they are distracting the rhythm. You know, there is no working towards helping these people make sure that their rights are intact and all these things. In my opinion, the power, I mean, there seem to be too much power. Forces that we really do not even know ourselves.
No.
Because it worries me. How do you even start analyzing this thing without looking at these things? I mean, yesterday, if you look at the defense, they've been solid.
Yes.
And somewhere before the finish line, something comes up, such as this one.
That just throws you off, right? Because how are they supposed to continue
specifications are made as to say
he's not gonna get paid?
Yes, for this and this and that.
Well, the judge said that he cannot interfere. He said that he cannot be heard saying that this must take place regarding the defense. The only thing that he could do was to ascertain from them to contact legal aid board and have further discussions with them. And then he said that he would advise the court what is the decision that has been reached, or he would like to only know about the decision that has been reached. So there was an adjournment, and when they came back though, we caught it like in the middle because we didn't understand what was happening, right? Turns out apparently the proceedings resumed with the defense saying that they will engage legal aid after the proceedings. So we don't know whether they managed to have the meeting, if it took place or not during that short adjournment, or maybe Miss Flavia was not available, or maybe she was available or told them to come back later, or
if they were not available, you know, can you imagine? Then there was a bit, in my opinion, there could have been maybe a plan of this court not sitting today. Yesterday.
Yeah.
Which probably failed. You know.
Yeah.
There seemed to be a problem, man, with these things, and I cannot. I don't know, man. I cannot overlook it. You know, the rhythm is fine, everything is going. Then someone comes and say, "No, we you can't do that."
So, Advocate Nxumalo for accused number 4 picked up his cross-examination with the version of his client, Mthokoziseni Mapisa. Mangena said that he can't comment on the version that he was given by Mapisa. From yesterday, there was a lot of no comment, no comment, no comment. Even today, it was the same. So the version related to how Mapisa met up with Ngube and friends who were traveling in a minibus on the day Meyiwa was killed. The judge asked for the names of the individuals that Mapisa claimed that he was with on that day, and Nxumalo gave them as Ngube, Mapisa, who is just accused number 4, Ngube is accused number 3, Mabungu Ntuli, Celimpilo Ndawonde, Spiva Ntuli, Linda Dlamini, and Skayo Gianni. And I couldn't help but ask myself, why do you guys think that he wanted the names of these people? Is there a plan to maybe subpoena them?
Hey, look, that court, one of this court is a scary thing to even watch. I mean, it's a scary thing. Anything you say, I mean, as a defense, Rob versus Hepworth.
Rob versus Hepworth
is thrown out. There is no protection for the witnesses that are, in my opinion, that are coming from the side of the defense. They want to know them, and that's a problem. They are showing the signs that are not pleasant. There is no trust. As you are in court, you are expected to be the officer of that court, not an enemy of the defense, or you are there to find the truth.
Well, the minibus Kumbi left Johannesburg Central and proceeded to Katlehong at sprayed Mazibuko Hostel. Mangena said that he had no comment, and they said, Nxumalo said that his client further instructed him that his version in this regard finds support from the photo album with photos which were compiled by Sergeant Mabasa. So the photos were retrieved from accused number 3's phone. And the photo album compiled by Sergeant Mabasa at page 9 depicted a photo where Mabungu Ntuli took a picture using accused number 3's phone on the 26th of October 2014 at Katlehong sprayed Mazibuko Hostel. And at 11:52 in the morning on the 26th of October 2014. So they then went to Lesedi to visit Ngamuza Gumede. Mangena said that he didn't have a comment. So Nxumalo continued to say that from this destination, his client instructed him that the minibus Kumbi traveled taking a direction of Lesedi, where they had to visit a person in the name of Ngamuza Gumede. And Mangena said he didn't have a comment. Nxumalo continued to say that his client instructed him that this finds support on photo number 47, which was taken on the 26th of October 2014 at about 15:30-31 at Lesedi. Lesedi is a residence that they said they went. 15:30-31, there's a picture according to accused number 4's version that supports this. He instructed Nxumalo again that they spent time there, and then from there the minibus departed until it reached George Koch at 17:28:39 on that day. A photo was also taken on the same day by Mabungu with Ngube and Ntuli. Mangena said that he didn't have a comment. And during that period, Kutiwa, he was residing at the corner of Julius and Sintle Street in Johannesburg.
Which is a section that they've been putting in the record. Well, good for Nxumalo for putting this. Obviously, I didn't expect him to get the answers from with regards to this, just to lay the story so that you understand that why, on what ground we are differing with everything that you are saying in terms of this bullet being linked to accused number 3. And also the alleged involvement of Mapisa, who's this guy, like Mamba's client.
Mapisa, Mr. Mapisa, accused number 4. So
there seems to be an uneasiness that is happening in that court, in my opinion. There is a disturbance that was not anticipated by my opinion, the guy, this aspect is disturbing a whole lot of things, in my opinion. Seems as if
they would rather have him out.
Yeah. Initially, the judge tried it, and it did not work. And then now they are realizing, maybe those ones who were like, I know it's okay, like Yobaloi, that actually we were supposed to forge on with that thing. Now it's a problem. Now we're hearing we're not gonna pay for you. It kills the focus of the defense. Not only the defense, the guy himself, who's working tirelessly. We see him in court working tirelessly.
And Nashem, he's spot on. He pays attention to detail. You can see that hi manu Mr Pieterse o busy. I busy about busy Shem. He's taking notes. They're asking and consulting with him as they're cross-examining. He's paying attention to detail.
But then they don't. Seems as if that is not needed.
You think so? They don't want it. We have a pasamisa.
It seems as if that is not needed.
That is not needed. And then he also said that from Katlehong, then Malo fixed it later because he had said Katlehong. They actually left from George Koch, remember, at 1723. So from George Koch Hostel, the minibus Kumbi left to his place of residence where Mr. Mapisa was residing at the corner of Julius and Sintle Street. And the minibus taxi dropped him at his place of residence at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's 6 p.m. on the same day. So after Mncube and Tuli left on the day, he never met them again on that day. So he's saying that they never, now the assertion that is being put by the state is that they met together to go and rob at the Spaza house. So they are saying, that did not happen. He was left at his place of residence on that day. So yes, guys, now they are saying, okay, continue with his cross-examination. Umalo now went to Vodacom Pinky Fintelengem's cell phone records. This already, it had a glitch upon it. Advocate Baloy later on was like, no, but we're still gonna go through it. Mala said that the records were separated into AMA data and GPRS data. He asked Mangena what are the importance, or what is the importance of the transactions of the 26th of October 2014. What is important about it is that accused number 4 instructed him that the cell phone that Mncube was using was a Samsung GTE 2220 or 2220. He further instructed him to put it on record that his handset was the one Mabungu was using to take photos on that day, and it belonged to Mncube. And what is raising his eyebrows are the transactions on page 11 on the 26th of October 2014 at 20:08:47. There is an outgoing call that lasted for about 58 seconds to the number ending with 5387 and at Holt Street Tower. The next was at 20:16:19 incoming call lasting 165 seconds. It was also at Holt Street Tower, coming from the same number ending with 5387. And in this regard, they said that they were provided with the contact list of Mr. Mncube's phone, and the number that is being referred to here that is ending with 5387, that number, it is said to belong to Msindo Zulu.
Yeah.
So the state objected, saying that Mangena testified about ballistics and should be listening to this. These are the matters that should be reserved for argument. A ballistic expert sitting and listening to this is a waste of time. That was Baloy's objection. But then Malo said that he was putting that version.
Useless. There was no need to even answer to that.
But I was saying that he's putting that version because, not like Mbalo said that he's putting that version because he's putting that version since Mangena indicated that his client was a person of interest. And then the judge came in and said, but he never said that. He didn't say that he was a person of interest. He said not himself. And Ngumalo then said it is to show that he was not a person of interest. But then the judge is like, no, that's not what he said. Gininda is the one who said it. Gininda said that he was a person of interest and not Mangena. Yabo.
But Mangena, when he went to measure him, what was he measuring? Not a person of interest.
He said Brigadier Gininda said he was a person of interest. So yeah, I don't know. He just followed. He just did what he was told to do. Is that how he's trying to put it?
Yeah, guys. Yeah, can we please like the video, guys? I see the number is very low. Yeah, we understand. We understand. But if you really like this content, please like the video. That is what is motivating us right now. We probably are not even seeing, Emily, that we are almost as freestyling as we can, because some of the things are not working.
I know I'm sweating bullets, but I'm not trying to show that, I think things are not going according to plan. The show must go on.
Hey, otherwise we could have just switched off and said, no, guys, something is not working. Something is not working. There's something that is supposed to work for Emily.
No, the show must go on.
It's not working, as you can see.
No, it's fine. I'm doing it old-fashioned style. I will survive. I'm a survivor. But one thing is for sure, the show must go on. And we need to talk about these proceedings, okay? We don't want to be a part of the people that are confused, and when the people that are trying to spin narratives and make us look crazy, like we're not watching the same court proceedings come in, and then it looks like we are making stuff up. No, we're not making stuff up. We're watching those proceedings every single day. We're observing everything. Sinjongile. So we don't want to miss a beat. Noma Anjan, we will cover the proceedings. Whether there is money or there is no money, whether we are big Angin and Daba, I'm going to cover these proceedings because I want to see everything unfold. I want to say, I saw this and I saw that.
Yeah.
I give a clue like a barry. Because this thing of not watching those proceedings and relying on other people to tell you what happened is very dangerous. So yes, guys, continuing forth, Ngumalo said that he wanted to put it to Mangena that the time Ngube received these calls, he was in Johannesburg Central as indicated in Holt Street Tower. And Mangena said that he had no comment. So Ngumalo took Mangena to the record where he stated that one of the exhibits he received on the 14th of July 2020 was one fired bullet fragment, possible of a 9mm. Look at the description that he's choosing to use. Possible of a 9mm caliber. Like he's already casting doubt in his own work.
No, it's not casting doubt.
Then what's this possible?
No, it's not ever. What was being done there? The theory of a 9mm was coming in.
So he was already warming up the theory by
the
making it seem like
that is not.
By making it seem like he's sure but not sure, but it is
and
what.
Then the other bullet is the one that assures him. Even the judge, you had the judge. Yeah, she had the judge. The judge can read people's mind, man. I mean, the guy can really understand the evidence to such an extent that you would swear he was in the same house as they were busy building it. Yay.
Yeah, or he was there with Mangena in the lab as he was doing this work. I thought I've seen it all. This makes me so scared of a courtroom.
I've never
Your whole
seen
fate
that
relying.
Comment on things that he still has to take decisions to a certain extent that you even say, I see it.
It's there.
It's there. I mean, might as well take the glory of being an expert of
once and for all.
Ballistic expert also.
Once and for all.
DNA, you have already passed that one because you managed to
change
the record.
English, yeah.
and say, yeah, they didn't say that. This is what they said.
They said inconclusive.
Look, the defense is doing very well.
Mm-hmm.
Under a normal court, they would have succeeded to cast out. Hey, but this one, let's continue.
Well, it said that one of the exhibits that Mangena received on the 13th of November 2014 was one spent bullet fragment of undetermined caliber and marked 217267114A1. So the question that Nxumalo wanted to pose to him is that the exhibit which he referred or was referred to Mangena, and the one that he was referring to, those two ones that he previously mentioned, he said he wanted to know if it was the same exhibit or not. And Mangena said that that was correct. It was the same exhibit. And then Nxumalo said, but exhibit X13B, you said the caliber was possible of a 9mm. And then at exhibit X13B, you said that it's undetermined. Is that consistent?
Now, that is not consistent.
Well, Mangena said that's correct, my lord. When I opened the bag, I noted it immediately. So when I found it, I couldn't determine the caliber. I couldn't say what caliber it was. So during cross-examination or during examination, when I continued, I could say that it's most likely possibly a 9mm caliber.
And then the judge adds to say, because of the other bullet.
Yes. Well, then Nxumalo said, is it correct? You said possible that you were not certain. And Mangena said, due to its damage, I cannot say it's a 9mm. I said it's possible that it's a 9mm. What kind of answer is
You have already said it. I mean, the judge is taking that.
Oh my God. And Nxumalo said, would I be correct to put it to you that your conclusion regarding the caliber of this exhibit was inconclusive? You could not determine it. The judge said that they all saw the 90 degrees and he was talking like a scientist. He said, Judge Ratam Khwatleng, I have said even that one was a 9mm because the other one was on the cupboard, was a 9mm. This is scientific jargon. Phela uJudge Manshiyafakaza ke manje ke, he's assisting Mangena like he was there helping him do his job. And I'm like, just let this thing play itself out. Why does it feel like you want to save him? Let it be. Let Mangena answer these questions without you assisting him. And also, when you speak of the 90-degree angle, you are speaking, and it's the way that you put it. You put it as if you believe his version more than you believe any other version. And right now, you are telling us he's a scientist because it's a science. He even went on to say that Mr. Mnisi said that the science is a precise exercise. Then he said that when he looks at it, it's a 9mm. Because if he had said it's a 9mm, we're still going to spend another week here. Because we'd have to ask him, why does he say so? Then what's wrong with that?
I like the answer there. It's their right.
Sure.
It is their right. They need to ask these questions. Why should they be made to feel bad for asking such questions?
Yeah, Nxumalo was like, it's within our boundaries to ask. Well, the judge said, yeah. I say that's how he puts it. It's undetermined. Guys, where have you seen this in any court in the world? Never mind South Africa. Like, what is going on?
We're also breaking our own records.
Nxumalo then said, you further told this court that there was a CMJ. And Mangena said that's correct. You also mentioned that you are trained in IBIS. And Mangena said that's correct. So Nxumalo said in the affidavit that was prepared by Warrant Officer Rulof said, you confirmed that he finalized his test around the 18th of February 2015. And Mangena said that's correct. And then Nxumalo said Warrant Officer Rulof also indicated that he is trained or he's trained in the acquisition of fired cartridge case and fired bullet data on IBIS. There is a letter which was drafted. It is a request which accompanied the exhibits which were found at the crime scene on the 27th of October 2014. There are two exhibits. Exhibit 1, a projectile found from the kitchen top collected and packed with an exhibit bag, and the two exhibit bags which had the bullet projectile and the fragment bullet were sent to the ballistic unit, and part of the request which was made an exhibit to be examined for IBIS and kept for later possible comparison. Mangena conceded that the request was made, and he said that he received the exhibits on the 13th of November 2015 and worked on those exhibits in the same exhibit that was from the crime scene. So the bullet fragment was damaged and was unsuitable for microscopic comparison. The 9mm bullet that he had received, and he said that he explained that it's a pistol. If it's a pistol, they normally acquire only the cartridge cases on the system, not the bullets. But the funny thing and the irony here is that you only had bullets, but somehow you managed to have a match on the IBIS. That part right there, there's a glitch there that even he can't explain.
What did you say?
That the bullet fragment was damaged and was unsuitable for microscopic comparison. The 9mm bullet he has received, and he said that he explained that it's a pistol and they normally acquire only cartridge cases on the system, not bullets. The IB system for the pistol only takes a cartridge, not bullets.
Which is not clear. I will tell you why.
Why?
He uses words normally. Because it seems as if this information is captured there. What he initially said was that it takes time to acquire using a bullet. So they only acquire a revolver, for example, which does not eject the cartridges. That was an initial testimony. With, I think, Ramsipil or Mngomezulu, I'm not sure. That is what he says.
Well,
now he's changing.
He
even went on to say, if you acquire a bullet, it might take time. He did even say it today also. So it's not necessarily mean that it's not there.
20 minutes.
He's making it. He's now making it as if it's a rule of thumb that they shouldn't
do it.
They shouldn't do it. Even a person who likes his job, who's willing to wait for this, God knows, for this.
He said 3 days.
3 days or something. He does not do it.
Well, Ngumala said there was a special request that IBIS should be done later in the event that any exhibits comes in. So he was reading from this letter, and Mangena said that we do acquire a revolver bullet on the system, not 9mm or pistol bullets on the system. So even if we could have acquired it, it wouldn't get a match. So since the firearm that warrant officer Rules received is a pistol, on that firearm we've only acquired cartridge cases, not the bullets. That's how we missed the hit on the bullet.
That is how he missed the hit on the bullet. He never said that. They came with that theory, in my opinion. Rules was there. He never said that.
No.
That theory started with Gininda. And then later Rudolphs came in. I don't remember much, but yeah, theory was put there and it became the order of the day.
Well, Ngumala said that if IBIS had to be done...
Let me correct myself. I said Gininda.
You said Gininda, yes.
Gininza. Because there's no such thing in KZN. There's Gininda. There's no such surname as Gininda.
It's Gininza.
Yeah, there is no, we don't have. I've never. Mabe corner or Gininda. I need copies with which side they are at.
Well, then, Ngumala then said if IBIS had to be done, it had to be done at what stage? That is when Rulefse completed his examination on the 18th of February 2015. And Mangena said that if on the 15th of November the exhibits I received were a cartridge case also, I would have acquired it on the system. It would have been on the IBIS system. When warrant officer received the firearm, the test cartridges of the firearm could have been on the system. Then we could have picked a hit on that one. But in warrant officer Rulof's case, the cartridge case was acquired, and in my case, it's only a bullet. So we couldn't get a hit on that one. So Ngumalo then asked him, there was another specific request from Major Bayat. That's after warrant officer Rulofse conducted the test on the firearm on the 18th of February 2015. A week later, there is a specific request, which is directed to the Forensic Science Laboratory. And Ngumalo went to a letter which was drafted by Major General Bayat and Detective Constable Dlamini. It was a specific request that was acknowledged by the Forensic Science Lab on the same day. And a week later, afterwards, Warrant Officer Rulofse said that he would finalize the examination on the 18th of February 2015. And they told him that again, you missed the hit. You did not act on the request from the unit which was handling the case of Cleveland to conduct IBIS on the exhibit, which is a firearm, and other cases which were annotated on that exhibit. You did not do that. And Mangena said that the request was sent by IBIS subsection. After receiving the request, they compared the warrant officer Rulofse sent, or what he had sent, with all the outstanding cases that were on the IBIS system, of which he only compares the cartridge cases and not the bullets. So they asked him if he knew if such a request was for the bullets or the cartridges. Mangena said that most of the requests that they receive were sent for IBIS to be compared with outstanding cases. If it's cartridge case, it will only compare the cartridge case, not the bullets. So we could not pick it up because it was only the cartridge cases that were compared with the firearm that was sent. They could not
pick it up. You were not part of that thing.
He says we. Ubangeno yasifaka emsebenzini kaRulofse occasionally.
You know the funny thing is, let's say Mangena's theory of everything, of how we unfolded, is wrong. It makes Rulofs also a bad person. Because it seems as if they are working together.
Mangena is the one creating that impression.
That's what I'm trying to say. He's, in a sense, if he was not to succeed in this journey that he's taking, it now taints Rulof's work. He has cast doubts, saying that, in my opinion, that the bullets that were used to test by Rulofs, which is FMJ, did not leave the marks. So what is he saying? The guy is in jail. He shouldn't have been in jail because of the markings were not clear. Just to prove your theory, you would go to an extent of discrediting someone. I'm not sure if he understands.
And he does that a lot. He does that
and in this case, generally, it has been the case. That's why they had to bring back Stein, because they, at some point, in my opinion, discredited that man to such an extent that it was closer to being under the bus. So they had to bring him back now to come and
make it worse,
sing on a certain hymn that did not work, in my opinion.
In fact, it made it worse, in my opinion. Because now I am not sold. I'm still not sold on Stein's evidence. Well, then the letter was also sent to Captain Makula. Asked if he knew who Captain Makula was. Mangena said yes, he was at the IB subsection and he has retired now. So there is someone knew who is the head of IBIS subsection now. And Mangena was asked to confirm that IBIS only does cases with cartridges and not bullets. And then he went on to explain about it taking 20 minutes to be checked, and with the pistol that it checks cartridges with a revolver bullet. Now he added that they are able to also find cartridge cases with a revolver, with assault rifles. They also acquire cartridges with bolt action rifles. They acquire bullets. He said bullets used for 375. I don't know why he entered 375 there. I don't understand. Maybe it's the model of a firearm he's talking about. And rhino poaching, they also acquire bullets. That's what he said. So accused number 4 raised his hand at this point, and Nxumalo asked to approach him. And when he came back, he said that on the basis the IBIS was not done, Mangena said IBIS testing was done, but it was not compared with this case because there was no cartridge case with this case. So now there's still a question mark around how the bullets that were found at the scene ultimately led to the firearm of the Cleveland case.
There is no. Look, they will tell you it has to do with the so-called confession.
That's where they are going.
Where do you think?
If Mangena can't explain it, then how did he link this firearm? How?
To such an extent that he had to run and stop it from being
destroyed. I mean, all of that effort for a gun that you did not even find on the IB system, Mangena. What is going on?
It's there on the IB system because the cartridge.
No, not the guy. The bullets for the scene at 636 case.
You know, la angsha kono Mangena. He's being asked about the breakage between the markings, inconsistencies. He then goes as to say the bullets were weaker
and softer.
Yet he initially claimed that the markings were clearer because the bullets were of that of CMJ, which is a bit softer than the FMJ. So that's why the markings were marking properly.
Yes.
Now he's saying they were softer. Does that make sense to you?
No.
I mean, you say, I didn't use FMJ. I used FMJ, but I saw that the markings were not clear. I ran, looked for different brands for CMJ. And then when we are asked about the breakage, you say, maybe it's because the bullets were weak and soft. As you said, the markings are clearer on the softer ones. That's how you got this guy nailed to this gun, right? Because your CMJ was softer, allowing the the grooves to do the deed. And then all of a sudden, when you ask about the breakage, you're like, it's softer. They were too soft. They're weak. We are in a mockery of code. That code is a kangaroo code. It will never be anything for me. It's a kangaroo code. It does not make sense. Inconsistencies of the answers. Somewhere, somehow, the father comes in and adds just so that for the sake of peace. I don't know whether for the sake of peace that you sleep well at night. You're like, yeah, I nailed these people.
It's for the justification of the judgment that we will be listening to.
It just doesn't make sense.
It will be full of
you contradict your
excuses.
Own you went an extra mile
as to why he will come to the verdict that he will come to.
You take a gun that was unsealed. You bring it back. No sleep, no nothing. Keep that gun. You could have taken it and shot someone outside and come back, bring it inside and still say it was this guy while he was in jail. God knows I'm just saying. I'm not saying that is what you do. Like, this is allegation and assumptions, and I'm just making it clearer that it was wrong to take an unsealed gun.
It was.
It was wrong, and no one accounted for it. You are a ballistic expert, so you can do that. Is that what you're saying? Is that how you deal with us?
Mangena said that he does not know which cases were compared to for the IB's test, and he said that the IB system will only release a 212 statement if there's a linkage. If there are no linkages, they don't issue a statement. So there's no statement for the linkage to 636, which confirms that Norman Mangena stopped beating about the bush. It was not done for the 636 case. It was not. And you are talking as if it was, and you are beating like...
No, it was done.
But then it came out negative.
Yes.
No wonder why there's no statement in court to tell us what the IB system said.
Yes, it was done. And then Mangena, it's not clear to anyone, I'm sure even the people who are watching here, how he decided to maybe are sitting in that office of yours. Like, no man. This gun, actually, if I was to use CMJ, shoot it again, it will match. Let me run.
What led him to that gun?
I don't know. No one knows.
And we will never know by the looks of things.
No one knows.
What led him to that gun? What said, that one at the Cleveland, let me run. Even the way he was describing it the day before yesterday, he was saying, no, I know that. I was sure, I was certain that that is the gun. What made you so certain? What made you so sure? No, I had to go and get it. Do you remember that part of testimony? I was like, how? If you were so sure.
Yes, I'm a poison, I mean. Guasaba to such an extent that if I was to date someone, Avela Jolene Poise, Ngaz, that is dating Poise now. I'm leaving.
You're leaving the friendship.
Next thing, I'll be arrested for that. So that I move away from the girlfriend. Next thing, I am carrying a gun that I don't even know where I got it. That gun, it has maybe killed 4 people. Bastard makes sure that he nails me. So that I move away from the girlfriend.
Hi, Konagiasabisa, honestly speaking. I want to not say much, but hi, Giasaba. Well, but watching all of these things take place in that courtroom, angazi. So Ngumalo then said, since it's clear that the IBIS was done, right? Or was not done. Since it's clear that the IBIS was not done. So Ngumalo is taking that theory of saying the IBIS was not done. So since it was not done, IBIS system will only release a 212 statement. Okay, my apologies. Since it's clear that the IBIS was done in respect to the case, can it still be done now? You said that it takes 30 minutes or so. And Mangena now say that it would take 2 to 3 days to get the results. And it depends if you're doing it locally or international. So IBIS produces results 2 to 3 days. Locally, internationally, it does the searches or worldwide for the match. So Ngumalo went through the record of Mangena's examination in chief on the 30th of August last year, where Mangena said that he found 6 matching striers on one grove and 5 matching strier on another grove and 2 matching strier on another one, which pattern was different from the others. He said that he prepared the court chart X13 E1 to E5. So based on his evidence in chief, he said that the first grove he found 6 matching striations. And then there was an adjournment. After that, Ngumalo continued and said that in your CV, there is nowhere you make reference to CMS, consecutive matching striation course that he attended in Cape Town in 2014. So apparently he did not write the CMS course in his CV. I wonder why.
I think Ngomalo doubts it. Is there no way they can
Why would you not take pride in your course? Like
most of the one that
the
actually
most crucial
makes you
one.
the ballistic that
yes,
you
why is it not in your CV?
Which talks about the rules. It's like practicing accounting without understanding the rules of auditing.
Oh, not understanding auditing, the rules of auditing. But you are an accountant. Because this CMS, consecutive matching striation, it's his actual job. It's how he gets to get people convicted in that court. So why is he not putting it in the CV? It's very important. Why is it not there? So Mangena then said that he had no reason to put it in his CV. It's not the only course that he didn't write on his CV. Okay. That's his reason. Singabobani Tina. The course was within a week apparently to do, and although he said that he can't recall exactly how long it took to do the course. So Ngumalo then said,
did it give you peace, the answers?
No.
It's like someone who did not attend the class. You know those people who pass. There's a certain university, I won't mention it because I don't want to.
You don't want smoke.
Yeah, so there are people that have been, who had degrees and they were really working. Those degrees were recalled. So
I think I know the university.
From being a teacher, you become a nobody. From being a...
It's sad.
Not sad. Why do we take shortcuts? We sweat. We have sleepless nights. People enjoy taking shortcuts. Why?
Guys, did you hear about that guy who worked at Prasa and was getting a raise and everything? He ended up earning millions and millions. He got convicted. Was it yesterday?
You know the funny thing about that one?
I
think it's the CEO or someone who was explaining why they're paying him that much. Because
he has a lot of money.
The man was explaining the increase that he got because he was needed in overseas. Other companies wanted him, so we had to fight for him. He's a special, and then
everything was fake.
The next thing they tell you, you were fighting for a fake.
And you know what killed me? When they said he fabricated an offer letter just so he can raise his salary.
That is the one that was being defended by the guy saying, "Hi,
South Africa, what's going on? What is going on in this country? Oh, Alina."
You missed it. You missed it towards the slang. Yes, I've heard of that one, but there is another one. There's another one. There's another one.
I thought I had heard it all. When they said he was making 1.8 million a month, I was like, Haibo. 1.8 meter. No one thought to verify his qualifications. No one, there's no system at Prasa that tests the authenticity of the qualifications. When he was going through the interview process, no one thought to check.
Maybe he was interviewed by people who are not learned himself.
As they are renegotiating the salary. I know with a certain company I work for, every year they used to ask for your qualifications. They wanted to check them.
If they are still intact.
Yes. They would check them. They will ask you if you've done something, edit on the system so that they make sure that it's legit. At Prasa, they don't have that. Yeah, But you know what? Kusemzansi la guys. To go is to see in this country.
Let me help you so that you find it faster. It has landed. It has land somewhere in the name. It has land. There's land. So I think you'd understand. Which one is that one? Which one is this one now?
Oh, you did the clue of the university.
Yeah. I know one person it was very let me just say things.
Now they don't have a job.
Yeah.
I should have studied. Burn the midnight oil.
It's grade 12.
Black child, you don't have a choice.
Grade 12 did in grade 12. So
then go and sub and upgrade. How? Guys, no. We cannot afford to do such. Unfortunately. Or take pride in what you have. If you don't have a metric, make sure you are good, very good at something else. You understand what I'm saying?
I just like the video.
Well, Nxumalo said that on the 30th of August 2023, Mangena told his court in the first exhibit that he could find 6 matching striations. And Nxumalo said that in exhibit X13, you made the markings. Under cross-examination of aspect of consecutive matching striations, you said 7. And then Mangena confirmed and said yes. You even went to say even more than 7 on X13. Can you then show us other striations? You said 6 before. Where's the 7th? Mangena said that he counted 6 and he has marked them. They are not clearly visible, so it's more than 7.
The next thing it talks about the parallel.
The parallel one, yes. The judge yafakazana parallel.
He's the only one. Him and Mangena, they're the only ones that can see. And Cabal, maybe that is coming.
And then at the railway line. Yay, good nigga, guys. Yo, good nigga. So he said that.
It's Timela was Kichimala for we groove. Eso es Shosholoza.
Yo, I'm gay, guys. You're gay. Oh my God, I was bugisa gabantu. I'm gay. Sizothini bantwini. Ngangimthembe kangaka. Sizothini bantwini, guys. Oh, and you know what's sad is that he's of our color. You know what this means? This means that now the reputation in that ballistic is is shaky. It's on shaky ground. Especially for people that are like Mangena. No, man, no. We need to do better, guys.
No, but what do you mean? What do you mean if you say like Mangena? You are carried away, eh?
I'm not carried away. This evidence is not evidencing, in my opinion.
Yeah. Hey.
It's not evidencing this evidence.
Yeah.
I'm trying to follow.
Mangena did his work. Let's leave it at that.
While Mangena said that you only need 6 for it to be a match. And Nxumalo told him that their expert is going to testify that at point number 1, he agrees that the striations correspond with the height and depth, and he's in agreement with point number 2. So between point 2 and 3, how many striations did you find on the left-hand side? Mangena said that the ones, he said, are like a railway line. So they are 2, parallel to each other. Nxumalo then said, on the test bullet, how many are they? And Mangena said all of them are visible. And Nxumalo said, according to the defense expert, there's only one that is visible towards the end. You said there is only one. Now you say 2 on the test bullet. And Mangena insisted that he did say that they run like a railway line. They are running parallel to each other. Then Ngumalo said, before point number 2, there is a third one there. And Mangena said, are you referring to this one? Ngumalo said, it's not there on the test bullet, but on the exhibit bullet. Mangena said, I can see it. It is there. I can see it. It is there. Ngumalo said that
telescope
and the expert couldn't find the striation on the test bullet on the right. Nangumjelile, might as well just bring a microscope to court. Might as well just bring the microscope so that everyone can see it, because your eyes are very sharp. They see the unseen.
Even the judge with his glasses has got scopes there, the telescope.
Narilena, he can see them. Guys. No. And then Ngumalo said, do you see them on the test bullet? Mangena said, oh, the test bullet, they're not very clear, but they are there. They are there. Ngumalo said, the 4 of them are there. And Mangena said, it might not be all 4, but they are there. They are very faint, but I can see them. Ngumalo said, I'm going to put it to you that there is a break between 2 and 3. That's what our expert will come and say. That is why they cannot be conclusive. And Mangena said those gaps are the exact same size. Ngumalo said to him that our expert will say the calculation you made of 6 consecutive striations is not consecutive striations. Our expert will come and testify that between point number 1 and 4 on the test bullets, there are marks that don't go over the exhibit bullet. There is a break. And Mangena said, it goes over, my lord. And Ngumalo said, I don't see them. Okay. Then Ngumalo said, on the 30th of August 2023, you didn't say on this exhibit when you testified, you found 6, but 2 matching striations.
Wait. Steve Mkwanda is saying, the judge, someone is saying the judge can see 3D where he's sitting. And then Steve Mkwanda is saying, but when he's reading, he holds the paper closer to his face.
I wish I had glasses. He lifts the glasses and looks at the paper. Sometimes he takes them off and looks at the paper.
I got it.
But he could see that striation from where he was sitting. That Mangena was talking about on the screen, guys. On the screen, not in front of him. Labaya on the screen. And maybe he's using also the paper he's got. It's like, yeah, I can see them.
No, he said he could see them, even where he's seated.
So Ngumalo said that I am the one where you said, okay, on the 30th of August 2023, you didn't say on this exhibit when you testified you found 6, but 2 matching striations. And Mangena said, yes, I found 6 matching striations. And on the other gov, I found 5. And Ngumalo said, I'm the one where you said 2 matching striations in E9. And Mangena said, yes. So when you look at the exhibit, are they in accordance with the principle of consecutive matching striations? That is the course that he left out on his CV. Mangena said, yes, they are. So Ngumalo then said the defense expert will come and refute in this court that they meet the standard or threshold of consecutive matching striations. So also the marks on the exhibit bullet are wider than the test bullet. It does not meet the threshold in height and width. And Mangena said that to him, those marks look the same. They have exactly the same space. So Ngumalo then said for those reasons, he came to the conclusion that when they did those tests, his conclusion is that they were inconclusive. And Mangena said, I repeat, I can say with confidence, the bullet is positive with all my tests. And then Ngumalo was like, I can also say with confidence that the defense ballistic expert says that they are inconclusive. And then the judge is like, how can you say with confidence? I'm like, Judge, why are you so upset today? You are upset for my liking. I don't like you like this. I like you not like this. because now it's like you are forcing us to talk about you, and some of us don't want to talk about you, but you are forcing us.
We are tired of you being a referee, a player, and everything. In my opinion, I just press those like buttons. Let's push to 300, guys. At least 300.
Okay, guys, I'm done. The lines are now open. You can come, share your thoughts, share your opinions, share your frustrations, share your rants.
Or well,
keep it at 2 minutes.
Overall, I think what is killing Unguman is that thing called respect.
You know, sometimes him looking at the judge and it's like he's waiting for
almost,
approval.
I don't know whether he sees this father that he's got the points. His points are clear. He just does not fight for them. He respects someone that does not respect him. I mean, I can almost tell you one thing. When we started, we had almost 2 lawyers that were not taking bail from the court. And then later on, it changed to almost all of them. Only Ngumalo is left with that smile that is unwarranted for a person who's treating you like the judge is treating him.
I am waiting for Ngumalo to be pushed to that point where he's also fed up.
He has a potential of becoming a best advocate. He just needs to stand his ground. Since we started this case, we have not said Ngumalo's cross-examination was poor. It is always on point. Be it is short or long, it does not matter. He is always on point. He looks for facts. He's always questioning on the basis of credibility when it comes to facts.
Yes.
We've seen that.
Yes.
He's doing that very well. But the problem is that he's too soft. He's like the CMJ bullet.
Yes, he's looking over his shoulder. He doesn't want to upset
it's almost
anybody.
like you're looking at approval of the judge. You don't want to upset the judge as if you are in their mercy.
Guys, do you remember how Ramosipele was? Something happened. Something just... And I believe it's the constant disrespect that has been coming from the judge. At some point, he was like, I'm fed up. Enough is enough.
Ramosipele is a very good guy. You can tell.
Yes. But I'm going to need Ngumalo to also reach the same level.
But he has switched on. He's now off. He does not care now. He's moving. He's doing what he needs to do. That's it.
I'm going to need Ngumalo to reach that level as well.
Leave Mnisi. Mnisi is a master. He's a jack of all trades.
He's the goat.
Emotionally, he's there. He's emotionally intelligent. I can tell you that. He knows when to fight. He knows when to fight back. When you piss him off, he knows how to bulldoze your witness to such an extent that you regret the day why you pissed him off. He still, after the cross-examination, gives his gratitude. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Have a bright future.
Yeah, you know, he's everything. Then you have Zandile Mshololo. Mshololo, in terms of emotions, his mercy is lacking. But in my opinion, but one thing about her, you piss her off, I think you'll be pissed off the whole case. Right now, I like her because she's in a fight mode. She's gonna fight.
Hi, cross-examinations. Hi. They're on another level.
Morning, Anonymous Emily. How are you?
We're good. How are you?
I'm good. It's my daughter, man, in Cape Town.
Yes.
It's the first time I'm coming in.
Okay.
I watched your show almost I think it's 9 months now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You see what is going on this case. The state, they lost the case since the expect start. But now what they did, they provoke the defense. They provoke, so they don't have any fact, any point. Even you can't test a 9mm bullet without a cartridge. When you're going to test that bullet, you have to find the cartridge. The cartridge starting point is on a firing pin. Then you start from the cartridge. Then you know how to trace which bullet. The problem they have it there, they only have a bullet. They convert that bullet to be a 9mm, whereby it's not for 9mm. That's the problem. That's what I see. So they can't go right there. Even the expert, what he's doing, everything, it goes wrong. So now what they did, the judge, he was already wrote his judgment, but the case is going, he take a wrong direction. Now everyone there, prosecutor is going to jail. Everyone and the judge is going home with no reputation. They said, oh, everyone who was sentenced him, he can even appeal. They said, no, they don't have all the papers, so they must sit in jail. I thank you guys. You're doing a very, very good job. I'm just wondering how many people are in jail because of these trials like this. How many people? Those guys are the criminals. Yes, I agree, they are the criminals. But they didn't commit this crime. The people, they know everything about what happened are in the house. Look at those things along where he's drug user, all that stuff. While his father, he was said, he's clean now. He was from the rehab. Only to find out he's in and out in rehab. Is the strategy. When the defense, they call Longwe, Longwe is going to be unfit. He can't stand in court. I mean, the worst part, only now, South Africa is going to be there for that expert because of his white. They only going to recognize because they fight for reputation of that expert. The ones for the state, they will go down. Those guys, they must sue the state are the millionaires, then they go, they enjoy their money. That 4 years, that boy is sitting in jail, is the first offender. He can get plus minus 20 million because of what those guys did. Thank you very much, guys. I'm watching you every day. I'm fighting even with my wife. He said, what is this? I was got sentenced 7 years like this.
Yes.
I lost everything. I'm starting from the scratch.
Sorry, man.
I know how painful is that thing.
Sorry, man. We hope that one day you'll be able to tell us your story. One day when you are ready.
I will. Yeah, because of it was something like this. I lost everything.
Not a problem. When you are ready, you can just
to start afresh. I wasn't even in Cape Town. Growing up in Orlando, I was going to school there, but I was get sentenced. Wrong arrest.
No, not
and end up in Cape Town.
When you are ready, you will call us and you'll tell us, guys, I need to tell the story. Then we will give you the platform.
Don't worry,
please do. In the future, we want to hear these stories because they are not being spoken about much.
Right, yes.
King, 7 years, starting from scratch.
Starting from scratch. And it was wrong. Evening, Emily and Mr. Anonymous. Politics at play. These people are charged with common cause. So whether they only cover Mnisi or not, all defense team can then give Mnisi all the ballistic questions so that he takes 5 months on stand. The country will feed Mr. Pieterse Bill if need be. Yeah, I would actually do that also. I know. I would say I like his job. He's energized. He's got life. He's bringing life to this case. He is you can see. In fact, I can almost as predict as to say he's not fond of this guy as people that have worked together, in my opinion. Mzansi, hello.
Morning, Mr. Anonymous and Emily.
Morning, sir.
How are you guys?
Not bad. We have had better days, but not bad.
Yeah, you are not in bed, really. You still are weak.
Yes.
How about Mr. Anonymous?
Yes.
You see the strategy now that the defense, I mean the what you call the state together with the judge that are using. It's just they just throwing even the toilet paper if they can because they lost the case.
Yeah.
If you see now the strategy of the judge together with the state, it's very peculiar. I like what they're doing, and they're going to be exposed. If you check as much as I check, the way that they are doing things now, it's like they are just being exposed. You see, the judge is losing patience from the defense.
Yes.
Because you can see the defense is doing all its best. I don't want to lie. For this ballistic thing, it's like I don't see even the point for the ballistic, the one of the defense to stand. The way that they poke holes into this guy. This guy is lost everything. He's just now, and he's been terrified by the fact. Let me tell you something, Mr. Anonymous, and you see, there's something that is behind the sin that is being done by this judge together with Baloyi, allegedly. You see, because if you check what happened now, in that during the morning today, yesterday, I should say, when Mnisi was Mr. Raymond stood up and say that there's a problem with finance with the regard of the ballistic, ballistic, which is not going to be paid when he was counting also the days that is already been there in court, without being given testimony first, just to be there. They're being terrified, these people, by that ballistic of the defense.
Yeah.
Now, it's a strategy that has been done by them to speak with the legal aid to stop that guy to be there, because now it confuses them and it gives the defense more energy to strategize them, to give them, you see, to poke more holes with this ballistic of the state, So it's done deliberately. Why I'm saying that? It's because now, why all of a sudden now, they say that they cannot be him by being there, still sitting there around. He's supposed to be with Mnisi only. You see what I mean? Whereas the case of these guys, it's a common cosmos. It's like they all being accused of the same charge. All right.
Yes.
This is done deliberately. And if you check, I don't know whether did you watch the judge when he was asked by Mnisi. He was informed by Mnisi, saying that, and he says he has got nothing to do with that. You see, after that, I watched it. I repeatedly, maybe 5 times, going back, checking the judge. You see, that guy is old, and then he forgot sometimes that the camera is gonna be spot on him. So he's referred to advocate. I mean, to Baloyi to say what he says about this, what he says. Immediately, the camera went to him. He was winking again, winking for Baloyi. You see, so that means, I don't know whether you've noticed that, Mr. Anonymous.
I noticed
winking and winking.
I noticed that wink. I don't know whether it's a twinkling of whether, but even with Mangena, it happens. It's extreme.
I don't know.
It was, and I've laughed at it because he knew that he was captured by camera with these kind of tricks, and then after all, he was doing something like, playing with his mouth. You see. So that's the thing. Now, for me, that's what I'm thinking is the strategy. That thing has been done by them deliberately to disturb what you call the defense by removing that guy. Apart from that, if you check what the father or Longo's father did now, that thing allegedly, I think they informed him deliberately to go and open a case. Why for now, as they can see now that Mr. Mngomezulu is again bringing like his car, to say that Longotwal, and even mentioning the doctor's name that transferred this doctor to another doctor. You see now how legit is it? It is even the judge asked the name of that doctor. So after the incident, now the father of Longo now is getting threatened because now he can't hide with taking Longo to the rehab. He said now he's opening the case. For why now? Because longer he's been doing this for a long period of time. Why didn't he open the case way before?
Yes.
It's a strategy. They are all these people cooking this thing up. They're cooking inside and outside the court. So we can't help it. So that's my take, guys. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for calling.
All right.
And your perspective.
All is alleged, as
Everything
the
is
caller
alleged.
said. It is alleged, and that is his view. Please do call, and please do like the video. That's both. Please do call, and please do like the video. You can call both on WhatsApp and or direct to the number that is scrolling below. In case you're wondering, if you are failing on the other side and you have both, please use WhatsApp. It's important. We are here. We are waiting for you. What is your take with this thing? The people colluding. Mzansi, hello.
Dadalo Masilikai.
Rizwile. Rimona.
Indati. Dadalo Mas.
Yes.
Wabona ndatu unana Mangena. Mangena kena the first cooker lebaloyi from 27. Yeah. Kiva wana watu wajile tilta ndatuna na chikuthwala 1 million. Ba pili Mangena lebaloyi. Kiva wana tamile wafuwe the 15 years turungu. These two. Gininda utrili after the khwiti. And then Mangena u busy wa kuka yena kamona. Kasi ka thusa Gininda utilanga mama murao. Udaka le kan twina ya ukuka ya phea pite khulkhuli ke Mangena le baloyi borata ba ja tshintse bana ka ofela bana mara motho wa pele tamela ya turungu pele Mangena le baloyi ke bona ba ba twina ka ofela yena obane no tsenana ne
Yeah.
Mangena ha bana ba mmotsa gore okay sharp se thunya sa tshekuthola se kena jwa kissing enana are nene re se clear hobane ho nona le rumors so re clear o na se re a me mona hobane se clear wa utlo na ntle ke hona le ke hona makaloja go fumana tšhelete ya patalwa mo ba inga thunya sena ba se isa ka mane o te sena se metsi sena ha se so se gotliso ba tsebo re ba etsa moshika ya bona and no tsena thunya se sa a choose number 3 ha ba tlo no se ha no tshit ha sa batla tsia SF 13 o batla se beya ho yena straight why and then yena visiting officer why a dula ka thunya seo wa mona ke ela monga ditaba o and then ke bona nantle ke batho bana nantle ke ba tsebana ke ntho one same WhatsApp group kaofela ke ba ke comrade ba defena that's why o mo ha for yona camera mo shibile kapa ya mo sheba o etsa ka mkhwa ba tla ka teng ha forget next wa tsebo ra bo molambo bo makile a choose kaofela wa and tanda ona mayanti la Ballistics estekitena ya defense ba sa e patal re ka donate yeah niti ke niti re ka donate mona na ha ona mo yanti tanze mo hana o kwalwa le khale maka wa le khale never re ka donate mona di 20 rand di bukae di 100 rand a patalo di man re bone mo shika ya bona abana o pata le khale ha ona mo yanti tanze bona ba sala tifu murao kwa ba trungu batho ba Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for calling.
Hallelujah.
Yes, and speaking on this
all is alleged.
Everything
guys.
is alleged.
And those are the views of the caller.
Yes, and speaking on something that he has raised about the clearing of Chico's gun, and he was saying, Mangena, when asked why was that gun taken, he said that there were allegations already going around that, they needed to clear him. Okay. This is where I now think, Men's Not Bereru's tweets came around 2018. And this gun was cleared somewhere in 2015, immediately like after the incident. So you're trying to tell us that even then,
There were allegations. That's what they're trying to say. And where they drew those allegations, God knows where.
Because the public heard from the tweets. Men's not bend the rule. 2018. 2018.
All is alleged. It's right that way you pay.
Yes, our caller was saying that. I can't quite recall some of the things that he was saying, but
we are not going to.
Okay, we can't repeat it.
Yeah, they are better Gavenek. And it's alleged.
Everything is alleged. Even our names are alleged. Yes.
Yeah, guys, please call, please do let us know what you are thinking, if you can, and if you are not. We have a big Friday. I hope that they're not gonna tell us that
there's the pending issue of the legal aid.
That thing.
Paying Mr. Pieterse. There's that pending issue.
If I had millions, I would just give them 500,000. Say, hey, chilla more.
Yeah, sit as long as you want.
Chilla more, liho, skawar. Chilla more. In fact, kubonu unwa Coca-Cola. Rego rekale 2 liter. Ya Coca-Cola.
For the whole year.
Chill. Hey, when skawara.
And yes, and if that's the approach, then Mnisi will have to take over then.
Hey, one by one. All of them, the 4 of them.
As he moves slowly.
One
As he moves slowly through the questions. I saw the chat, people are like, take as long as you want. I'm like, yo. But he's better than Sibanda, though, I won't lie. But people are like, take as long as you want, Mnisi. I'm like, I am feeling it.
Hey. Right, this is time for rages. Guys, please like the video, push the video. Do interact with those ads or do watch those ads. Basically, that's what we're saying. Maserami, thank you very much. Legal aid,
we're still
agenda,
raising funds for the fixing of my sound. I know today sounds better.
Yeah, one person on the side called me on WhatsApp, send a WhatsApp. He said, I must remind them towards the end of the month, they are going to come up with some portion. We thank them very much after we told them what is how much is required.
And I'd also like to thank, I saw some people.
People like Maserami have been...
Mamolao. I also saw Mamolao. Mamolao, yes. Thank you so much. I saw your super chat.
Lola, thank you very much also. For being a member also. I mean, sometimes it's more like membership, and watching, guys. Lola, thank you. Lajabu Makanjila. Lajabu Makanjila. Thank you. Sizwe 18, thank you for being here all the time. Katid, thank you. It's nice to see you again. Mbasi, Maroka, thank you. Kilebuhuile, thank you. Ansi Kemo, it's nice to see you. It's been a while.
Ansi Kemo, welcome.
Gang. No, it's not. I think changed to a morning gang.
Morning gang.
Night is back at night. Ned, thank you very much. We appreciate you. You are always here.
Ned, thank you. And Ned, I also see the chat of the court.
Yes.
Yes. I see. I'm watching. I may not be saying anything, but I'm watching. That chat is lit.
Paul Manjani, Ndate. You are always when you get time here. Valencia Masina. The name is the first time I see it. I won't lie. Thank you for telling people to like. Maybe I've seen you, but maybe it's been a while. Other people, I can even say them without them being here. Like people like Sizwe, you would always mention that name. Spatiswa, Memory Shabangu, Judges a Mess. Thank you very much. Mrs. K, thank you for being with us here.
Thank you, Mrs. K.
Pamanda, morning anonymous and beautiful Emily. Love your job, guys. Keep on giving us giving us so light. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fundile Nigiza, thank you. Let's see. Etimoyo, thank you. Thank you very much. Becoming a regular. Tabi Stole, thank you. Nzombane Ndoisile, thank you. Nzombane. Oh, okay. I almost thought of Mzombane, which is Ngubane. I'm hoping that Joe Munari, thank you. Hlanjiwe Sibande, thank you. Pindile Vilane, thank you. And we had people like Siyabulela Mzizi, Siyabulela Mfwethu. They're with us here. Those are people that are pushing us, guys, at night. Zakele Sbiya, thank you very much for being with us here. And we appreciate it. Mamel Skunana, thank you. Our member, thank you for being with us here. Tantla Manata, thank you for being with us here. For Twarelo Poku, thank you for being with us here. Stembile Mkwanazi Donga, thank you for being with us here. Nangelo, see you regular. You always comment towards the end, but hey, you're commenting early. Thank you very much for being with us here. Jafet Kuli, thank you very much for being with us here. I think Stembile Mkwanazi have been mentioned. WS, our member, thank you for being with us here. Tembelihle Maria Mkize, thank you for being with us here. Togozi Slanga, a regular, thank you for being with us. You've been pushing us. Our moderator, Z Nyazi, fitness coach. This is a fitness coach, guys. Those who are from Umkab, thank you.
Yes, and please, fitness coach, upload.
We wanna see what you do there.
Upload, please.
We've got my foot to deal with. So
I feel like you can never go wrong with a fitness channel.
Evergreen.
Evergreen. You can never go wrong. You just have to start.
Yes. Pasi Moroka, thank you for being with us here. Madota Marau, thank you, our member, for being with us here. Chad, they said they have a watertight case, so why should they be scared of defense experts?
Exactly.
Watertight case.
That's what they said at the beginning.
Yes.
Satula, that's okay. We'll wait for court. We waited for court.
Wellington Sebanda, thank you. Fiso Sindane, thank you for being with us here. Gavin Sam Modley, thank you for being with us here. BBM, welcome to those who have just joined. Thank you. We welcome them. Joe Munare have been mentioned. That's when I look at the register. Let me start on the end now for those. Sipiwo Ngana, thank you. Vuladenzani. Vulenzani. Thank you. I hope I didn't butcher it that much. Jackson Mbambiso, thank you. Refill, we see you. Lindiwe Kubo, thank you. Meli, anyone you see that we didn't mention?
I think you mentioned everybody.
yeah, I mentioned everybody. I make sure that I recognize people who take their time and give us those Pamandla, Mrs. K. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you. Amelo, we appreciate you.
We appreciate you so much because without you guys, we wouldn't even show up.
You give us you give us the reason why we should do this. Without you, obviously, why would we do it if we are not gonna be interested or interact with us? Just to check on WhatsApp before I move. I knew someone was gonna be here.
Okay, let's hear what they have to say.
Hi, Million Mastano. Yeah, it's sad really in this case. But we've seen this movie before. Remember when Ngomezulu came there? It was the same movie of Legal Aid. Whenever the defense are pushing hard on something, with Ngomezulu, it was right after Ngomezulu cornered Kininda. Then all of a sudden, the Legal Aid had to say they are not going to pay Ngomezulu. Now, you see here, Mnisi was hard on Mangena, even told Mangena that you got it all so wrong and I expect you will come and demonstrate that. Now we're here now. So we know this movie of Legal Aid. And once again, Malo nearly shot himself on the foot with one question there when he asked Mangena that, is it true that you can see the stripes on the screen but you can't see it on the chart on the paper? I was like, no, Malo, don't go there because Mr. 1928 is going to use that to say you have seen it. But luckily, even you, Mr. Our judge there jumped and said, no, what are you saying? What are you saying? I was like, you should have left that question.
Yeah, I should have.
Because we know our judge. And one other thing that I know in that court, there's no issue of person contradicting himself. The judge will always take what he wants from the witness. The witness can twist and turn his testimony as much as he wants. But at the end of the day, we know Rob versus Airborne. So it doesn't matter how many times you change your version. So hence, that question really got me worried there. But anyway, have a good night, guys, and thanks for the good work that you are doing.
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Ndumiso Gumbo. Thank you, Spama Sugu. Thank you. Mpodi. We saw you. You were here also with us. It's Sifala Ganjalo. Shelele. Ashmadlo put. Thank you very much, guys. All of you. We appreciate you.